Good evening, everyone. My name's Bofar. Welcome along to this round 15 of the F1XL Division 4 Formula 1 Championship. We're racing on F1 2022, and we are being racing around the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Some of you may have missed that there was no stream last week. I was enjoying the rolling hills of Yorkshire whilst having an absolute stinking cold and nearly losing my breath, so I wouldn't have been able to talk to you anyway, even if I was around. But I heard that it was a pretty decent race last time out, and it was a sprint weekend as well last time out, and it was Hungary where they were at, and I did ask for some clips. Only one person sent me some stuff, and then I've not had a chance to have a look at it, so I'll just be going off the standings that we have. The GOAT is back. Thank you very much. Good to see you guys as well. I missed not being around last week, so hopefully you guys put on some good action for us around Austria. This very fast track, and I don't know if we'll see any sub 1 minute. I don't think we're quite that quick in Division 4, but I imagine maybe 1 minute 2 seconds, quickest lap time on the calendar, and it should be good. Hello Lethal Lins, hello Panda as well. You guys in the chat, thanks for joining us live and tapping in, and I'm sure some people will let us know where we're at with rain and weather and everything. Drive for both, however, 30 minutes in the race, 51% chance of rain. Okay, so that's our weather forecast. Thank you, Bray, for that. Let's jump out on track actually. Let me get the thing up. There we go. And we'll bring the music down. Let's have a look. Who's on a lap? No one's on a lap quite yet. We'll jump on board with Saucy Chris. And I always do it every time. There we go. There we are. Right. Okay. So last time out, I wasn't there sadly, but here are the race results last week. For those people who want to know and missed it, and we'll spend a bunch of qualifying doing this as well, so I'll call some of the action a bit later on towards the end of qualifying, but let's catch up on Hungary. So the sprint results were as follows. My Life finished in pole position, first place for the sprint race, which was a fantastic achievement there for the AlphaTauri driver. First, well, he got on the podium in Spain and then followed that up with a sprint win in Hungary. Second place in the sprint was Saucy Chris, the man we're watching now on track at the moment. And third in the sprint was Lethal Lins. AsthmaFrog, our championship leader, finished all the way down in 7th. And we had some guys who were a bit further down in the standings finish higher up. We had Braincore finish in 4th. In 5th, we had Pat Peder. In 6th, we had Heek Zhao. And then Asthma was in 7th. 8th was Sander the Dad. 9th in the sprint was Stone Shuffle. And rounding out the top 10 was Judgy. Fast forward to the race. And the winner of the race was actually Lethal Lins with his first race win of the season. As we see Saucy Chris and AsthmaFrog set a time. Let's jump on board with Braincore. Right, so Lethal Lins took his first win of the season. Second place was Saucy Chris, backing up a second in a sprint with a second in the race. And apparently him and Lethal Lins had a race-long battle for the win, for the top step. Lethal Lins winning out on that one. And then the final podium place was Stone Shuffle. So Stone Shuffle gained a good number of places, finished 9th in the sprint, and managed to finish on the podium which is a fantastic effort there. As Brain Courts finishes lap 1:06.06. Hey, Jow, let's jump on board with him. There we go. Okay, so that was the podium. And then fourth was Pat Peter. Fifth was My Life. So a sprint win for My Life. It looked like it had a bad start, but managed to recover to fifth. Sixth was Hate Jow. Seventh was Brain Core. Eighth was Panda. Ninth was D&D Titan. And then rounding out the top 10 was Sander the Dad. So that leaves us now for the championship. AsthmaFrog is in the lead of the championship with 189 points. He has a 52-point gap to Lethal Lens, who is up into second now with that win last time out, and podium in the sprint with 137. Not too far behind on 126 in third is Braincore. And then just 2 points behind him is Saucy Chris with 124 in fourth. Fifth is DNG Titan with 110. Sixth is Stone Shuffle with 107 points. And seventh is Panda with 95 points. Just behind him. Actually, no, those people are no longer in the league. And then we've got all the way down to Pat Peder, who has 65, as well as Beastie. They both have the same. So that's where we are in the standings for now. I hope that is a relatively comprehensive, but not too boring look at where we are, where we're standing, the tail of the tape, as they would say. Only 10 guys out in this race. A bunch of people couldn't make it, which is understandable. And no Gunhead either on comms. He is working and then has family staying with him, so he's going to be there. But no, there we go. That's Panda taking provisional pole 105.5. Cool. Right, we'll jump on board with Judgy, who is in Haas. Judgy has been signed from the reserve team, Alfa Romeo, and has been signed into the Haas to replace Ibonto. And I believe this is going to be the first outing for Judgy in the Haas in his new team. So let's join him on this track as he does his lap. So he's coming up now to turn 3. It is turns 3, MSAG, and then down this long straight. DRS will be open, and it's downhill as well. You want to be braking between the 150 meter ball through Rauch, turn 4, and then this is turn 5. So 4 turns into 5 pretty quickly, and then it's the first left-hander on the circuit. 6th, it's slightly off camber, brings you to the outside. 7th, slightly in cambered, like you can put your foot down a bit, and then through 8 as well, down into this fast corner now. Rindt, named after Joachim Rindt, the famous Austrian driver, and then through turn 10 onto the start finish straight, and Judgy does a 106.3. So that's a lap of Austria. This is turn 1. It's called Niki Lauda, another Austrian driver. So there you go. There's a bit of corner names for you. There we are. Right. Who's on a lap? Here we go. Lethal Lens is on a lap. The Ferrari man. Winner last time out. Setting a purple sector 2, which is a very good sign. So how will our only PlayStation runner be able to finish out his lap just through the final corner now? Don't want to run too wide on the exit, otherwise you will invalidate. And he goes over the line, and that's good enough for second at the moment. 105.7 for Lethal Lens. So it looks like 105s, it's going to be the kind of time to beat in this one, as it takes just a small excursion off the racetrack. AsthmaFrog, though, sets the fastest time. Takes provisional power 105.4. That's a tenth faster than Panda. And so that's a good time for him. The only driver yet to make a valid lap time is My Life, who is currently still in the pits. Yes, he's coming out now. Hey, there we go. Fantastic. Nice. Saucy Chris, it looks like he's up on his time. Let's see if he manages to complete the lap through the final corner now. The Red Bull man and across the line, and he's that's good enough for third. 105.6, so a decent time there for him. Luke Williams comes in the pit. Stone Shuffle is he on the lap? Let's have a look. He looks to be going fairly quickly. He is, so we'll join him here. As he comes through the final corner across the line, he's not going to be particularly quick. Maybe that was a warm-up or a something else. Let's have a look. And I think the next person on track is going to be My Life, so we'll jump on board with him. He is yet to set a time, so we'll find out what he is going to be up to. So here we go. My Life is starting his run now in the AlphaTauri. Took a sprint win last time out, as we talked about earlier on. And he's been showing a lot of pace recently. It's just converting that pace into final positions. It looks like he's set a purple sector 1, or it could be the game messing with me. That's quite possible that the game messes with me. It does. It messes with us all. The joys of Codemasters. Right. Down into turn 4 now and through turn 5. Let's have a look. Quite a tight line he's keeping. Trying to maximise the speed through the first left-hander. Only 2 left-handers on this circuit. Really. 2 proper left-handers, that is. And then now down towards Rint. This fast corner. It's so easy to get understeer and oversteer through here. You want to keep it nice and tidy through the final corner. Across the line at 105.8. There we go. He's let his teammate go through there because he's not on our lap anymore, and we'll follow his teammate through now. AlphaTauri. Let's have a look at this this constructors standings, because we haven't really had a look at it too much this season. We are getting towards the end where we're going to be celebrating the best team lineup. Whoever takes the most points, that is. Now gets up to 9th there, 106.1. And we've got Pat Peter, there we are. So 11 car grid, which is good news. Right, we'll jump aboard with Pandas. We have a look at the constructors' standings. The constructors' standings at the moment are Aston Martin are in the lead, 296 points, with Oracle Red Bull Racing in second with 250 points, and Ferrari not too far behind with 234 points in third. We have Haas in fourth with 196, and we have a bit of a gap down to McLaren, who are in fifth, 129, Alpine with 113, as well as Williams Alpha Tauri have 74. Mercedes have 71. Alfa Romeo have 52. And that is where we're at standings at the moment. As we're watching Panda head around the lap. Let's have a look, see how he does. He's coming into the pits. Is he? He's coming into the pits. AsthmaFrog's going around, taking the line. And he sets another fast time, 105.1. Oh, will he get into the 104s? Be something, but AsthmaFrog certainly showing like he has the pace to take the win here and extend a championship lead potentially. AsthmaFrog looking very good indeed, as his teammate Stone Shuffle. In third currently, 105.5. Will he be able to improve that time and get closer to his teammate AsthmaFrog at the front? So let's see what Saucy Chris is doing. He's behind Stone Shuffle at the moment. No, he's ahead of Stone Shuffle. Let's jump on board with him. And Pat Peters on an outlap as well. So we'll jump on board with Pat and see how he does. Saucy Chris, he's setting purple. Oh, and he's spun there. I missed what happened then. There we go. I missed that. I was looking at the other screen. Yeah, so a bit of a spin for Saucy Chris. Not so good, but he has set a time on the board, so it's not so bad. Let's see what Pat's doing. Still feeling the need to weave a bit and get some warmth in those tyres. As he comes round turn 3 and heading downhill now. It's the highest point of the track, heading downhill now, and you have to brake just a little bit earlier for this corner because it's quite a steep incline. Easy to run deep on that corner, but it is going to be a potential passing place come the race, so keep an eye out for some moves into that corner. And then through this one, these curbs can be a bit treacherous sometimes. If you take too much of them, your car will go for a little spin, and because it's such a fast part of the racetrack, it'll be a spin that will take you towards the wall. Pat Peter crossing the line, 108.7. I'm sure he'll be able to do a little bit quicker than that at some point. Let's have a look. Stone Shuffle's up on his time, up a 10th on his time. So he's set to improve, and it could move him up into second. Let's see how he does these final two corners now. Looks like he's okay through those as he crosses the line now. He is up to second. Just Pips Panda, 105.5, 105, yeah, 0.524. There we go. So Stone Shuffle and AsthmaFrog looking out the front row as we speak. What can Panda do to combat the very rapid Aston Martins at the moment? Let's see what he can do on this lap as he comes up through turn 2 into turn 3 now. He is slightly down on his time, so we'll be looking for a good sector 2. Looks like his teammate's just behind him as well, so hopefully he won't get some involvement, and his teammate will just let him be. Looks like he just missed the apex there a little bit. So let's see what he can do. Picking it up nicely around here. That's just a little bit of an invalidation there as well. And he was gaining time on it. He's gaining on his time as well. But that is those are the fine margins around this racetrack to be fast. You've got to keep it within those white lines. And he's moving out of the way. Oh, Panda. Oh, what happened there? It looks like he maybe lost it. And he has gone into the wall, so Panda has retired from this session. I didn't quite see it because of that massive tower that Codemasters put on the game, but he is in the wall, and that is not good at all. Let's have a look. Right, brain core. He's coming through to finish a lap. Where does he get up to 6th? 105.7. That's his last time. And I think that is the last person to go through the timing screens. So AsthmaFrog is going to be on pole for this race. Stone Shuffle will line up alongside of him. And Panda, even though he crashed out there at the end of qualifying, will head the second row. So there are your standings for qualifying and where we will be starting the race from the 11 drivers in this race. AsthmaFrog and Stone Shuffle, they're both Aston Martin drivers heading out the front row. The second row is Panda and Saucy Chris. Third row is headed by DNG Titan, alongside him, Brian Core. The fourth row is Lethal Lins and My Life, and the fifth row is Judgy and Hick Jow, with Pat Peder bringing up the rear in 11th. So it's time for a little bit of a break. Having a little break between the start of this race and qualifying. 21:29, the official start GMT. So we'll be going back racing in around 4 minutes time. But whilst we're having a bit of a break, let's have a chat about the Formula One race that happened today, or maybe you want to talk about your race last time out, or maybe we'll get a poll going for who you think is going to win this race. Let's do that. Who is going to win this race? And we haven't got Gunhead here for a wild card pick. Normally I would pick the first 3 and then somebody else. So first option we have for our poll is AsthmaFrog. Next one is going to be Stone Shuffle. The next one after that will be a Panda. And then someone. And if it's someone else, who is it? Let me know in the chat. There we go. Poll is live. Who's going to take the win in this race today? AsthmaFrog, Stone Shuffle, Panda, or somebody else? And if it's somebody else, let us know in the chat who you think is going to take the win based off of qualifying and any secret information you may know. If you do know any, a Gunhead predicts you, does he, Brian? Okay. I'm yet to see that he predicts you, so, and I don't think he's watching. And he does himself. Fair enough. It's good that you have self-confidence, so that's good. Right, what do we think of the Formula One race today? Azerbaijan they were at. The sprint, it was a sprint weekend as well. And there were some new rules for the sprint weekend. So instead of the sprint race setting the grid for the main race, they changed the rules so that there was a separate qualifying session for the sprint, and this where you finished in the sprint did not set the grid for the race. That was set by qualifying on Friday. And I don't know how I feel about it, if I'm honest. Because, like, what's the point of the sprint if it doesn't set the grid for anything, and there's like no points, it's just extra mileage. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be extra action. It's just like a short race, and it wasn't that interesting. Like, normally Azerbaijan brings out some decent racing, but this time they weren't great. Yeah, I was underwhelmed, I would say, this weekend by the racing and the new sprint format. I'm not sure it's going to work. So we'll have to see. So there we are. The tyres were crap and the race was boring, and the FIA have gone back to I'm not quite sure what you've written. But the FIA are not doing so great. And you make up a good point as well. Like, Q1, like, for those of people who are like at school or college or work or something, quite often they've missed the qualifying session on Friday, which is a bit naff, isn't it? So there we go. Yeah, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Right, let's have a look. Right, let's turn our attention to this race. Let's find out where we're at with tyres. And we'll end the poll there. The poll finished with someone else taking 50% of the vote. We have Stone Shuffle and Panda. No one has voted for AsthmaFrog. Sorry, Asthma. If you're watching this back, no one voted for you. But I'm sure you'll do well anyway. Right. Tyres. Because it is a short lap and they're already halfway around the warm-up. And AsthmaFrog's doing it really fast. Okay, so the two Aston Martins have gone for the medium compound tyres. Then we've got Panda and Saucy Chris, third and fourth. On the row behind, on the hard tyres, we have D&G Titan, who is sandwiched by another two hard compound riders, Bray and Core and Lethal Lens. And we have My Life and Judgy, also mediums. Hake Zhao's gone for the soft, bold choice. Let's see if he makes his way through the field, starting from 10th. And Pat Peters gone for the medium compound tyre. There we go. Right, let's get rid of that now. So we are about to be racing in Austria, and the lights are out, and we are going. And Hake Zhao looks like he's got a really good start on those soft tyres. And Lethal Lanes up along, Panda up alongside and past Stone Shuffle. So Panda up into second, and Saucy Chris has followed him through up into third. So the two guys with the hardest compound tyres off the start have made their way past Stone Shuffle, and D&G Titan looks like he is trying to have a go as well. Let's have a look down into turn 4 as multiple drivers going side by side. Oh, the AlphaTauri going really deep there. My Life, but he was able to stop his car and make his way past Brain Core. That was pretty hairy indeed, but a good start, a good clean start. Everyone's through, and AsthmaFrog is in the lead and he's pulling out a gap now to Panda and Saucy Chris. Oh, what's happened here? Hake Zhao and Lethal Lins. So Lethal Lins has fallen down a little bit there, but Hake Zhao on those soft tyres now. There's a little bit of a gap now to Lethal Lins. You want to try and close that as soon as you can. Make the best use of those soft tyres. Right, but the gap at the front is over a second now. AsthmaFrog is running away with it at the front. 1.3 seconds the gap now, and it's kind of understandable. He did set a really fast qualifying time, and he's got softer tires on than these guys, quicker tires than Panda and Saucy Chris. They've gone for the hard compound tires this race. Whoa, lots of action. There we go. Right, let's have a look. See who is on the closest battle. They're all pretty evenly spread out at the moment, except for AsthmaFrog at the start. They're all within a second of each other. The RS is going to be activated at the end of this lap. Oh no, what's happened to Brain Core? He's been dropped from the session. His car's still going around, AI still going around, so we'll try and get him back in as AsthmaFrog sets the fastest lap of the race. He's back in, good stuff. He'll be taking control of his car sometime soon. So it looks like AsthmaFrog's trying to make a break at the front and try and build up a bit of a gap to give him some more options for strategy later on in the race. I think it's going to be a one stop, but we will have to see. You never know what's going to happen in Division 4. There could be some safety cars. We've seen a few of them this season so far, and they always throw a bit of drama into the mix. So we'll see what happens this race. This seems to be the closest battle on track at the moment. Judgy all over the back of Hake Zhao. And I think I'm reliably informed that Judgy, last week he raced for Haas as well. So it's not his first week in Haas. But very good nonetheless. He's in Haas. It's new for me. He's there. He looked like he's going to try and make a move with the DRS. AlphaTauri just fell out of DRS range from the car in front and trying to pull alongside Hake Zhao, who would have wanted to have made more progress up through the field, starting on his soft tyres. We just had the better traction out of turn 3 and powered back ahead, even though Judgy had the DRS. So those soft tyres definitely have some grip and some life in them. And talking about life, my life has received 3 seconds of time penalties for extending track limits. We're only on lap 4. So it is notoriously hard around this track to stay within the white lines. Sometimes the random style of track limits that masses games have. But we'll see. It seems to be a bit of a DRS train at the moment. Titan just kind of flirting with a second. Oh, Pat Peter just turns around there. We didn't quite see what happened to Pat, but he's gone around at the back. He's managed to get going again. I don't think he's hit the wall. I think he's all right for now. He's back going again. And Judgy and Hake Zhao, oh, just a bit of contact there between these guys. Oh, and that was Judgy into the wall. I don't know if he tried to put the power down and just did it too hard, and he's gone straight into the barrier, and that is a safety car. Safety car is out on the track, and we have our first DNF, and that is Judgy. Harry, what is up? We are racing. That's what's up. And you have just missed, or you may have just caught Judgy heading into the wall, leaving us now with 10 drivers. Now, is anyone going to pull the trigger and come into the pits? There they are indeed. So AsthmaFrog is coming into the pits. Panda, Saucy Chris, DNG Titan, My Life, Brain Core, Lethal Lins, all staying out. Stone Shuffle's coming as well. Oh, this could be disastrous for Stone Shuffle, as they are double stacking at the pit. So Stone Shuffle is going to lose loads of time. We've also got Lethal Lins just coming out. So Brain Core, HR, and then Pat Peter came into the pits as well. Potentially had some damage on his car after that. And there we go. So all change. Oh, what's happened here? Oh, Panda and Saucy Chris having some sort of incident there with the safety car. We just jumped onto that. Let's have a look at this. My word. So a little bit of people not quite sure what's going on there, and we managed to catch the back end of that. Hopefully no one's been given a penalty. It doesn't look like anyone's been given a penalty for that, which is good news. Hopefully there's no damage. Let's have a look on Saucy Chris's car. Can't see anything out of the obvious. There's nothing out of the obvious on Panda's car either. So we're on lap 6 of 36. We've got a safety car GT Judgy going into the wall, and we've had a bunch of people coming into the pits. Crucially, both Aston Martins have come into the pits, and they were right behind each other on track. So Stone Shuffle's lost a load of time and places. He's in 9th. AsthmaFrog's in 7th. They're on fresh tyres. Let's have a look at the tyre situation there. You can see that. So everyone's been on these tyres for 6 laps, except for 7th and downwards. So AsthmaFrog came in for hards, H.Jow came in for mediums, Stone Shuffle came in for hards, and Pat Peter came in for mediums also. But I believe Pat Peter started on mediums, so he'll probably need to go for another set of tyres at some point in this race. So that's where we're at. Is that going to be the right call? I don't know. I don't know if that's the right call or not. We have got a lot of time left in this race. We're only on lap 7 to 36, and it is a long one. And I'm not quite sure what the tyre life is like around this track. I've seen Harry in the chat saying, let's go lethal. Lethal Lynn's got a nice cheering section on the stream, which is good. But I don't know what the tyre life's going to be like around this track. Do you reckon a one-stop is capable from here? Will the hard tyres last until the end? Let us know. What do you think? As we see Panda just backing up the pack, keeping some heat in those tyres by weaving to and fro. And when will he go? Oh, it looked like he tried to put the power on as he came through the final corner, and he had a massive moment there. But Panda's managed to get away with it. Braincore falling down the order. What's happened to Braincore? Oh, he's come into the pits. Oh, he's lost his front wing. That's why. So Braincore coming in for a new set of medium tyres and a front wing change. So that's what's happened to Braincore. Lethal Lynn's and My Life going side by side up into turn 3. But My Life braking just a little bit later than Lethal Lynn's, having a bit more confidence on those brakes at the moment. And Lethal Lynn's stays in 5th for now. And AsthmaFrog is under pressure from H.Jow. Will he make a move down? He makes the lunge down into turn 4. There we go. And through turn 5, and H.Jow overtakes the championship leader in 7th. So I think AsthmaFrog got ahead of him, and then H.Jow's gone, do you know what? Not today. I don't care that you're championship leader. I'm coming past. So there we go. And now Stone Shuffle is thinking, okay, well, if you're not going to have a battle with H.Jow, maybe let me have a battle. And let's have a look. Oh, looks like it's getting close up at the front. DNG Titan not too far up the back of Saucy Chris. And these 4 guys at the front, My Life, Titan, Chris and Panda, all pretty close to each other at the start of this. DRS is not open yet. It's not available after the safety car. I think we'll see that next lap. So these guys are just going to have to do it without that wing. And Pat Peter up into 8th past Stone Shuffle. So I don't know if Stone Shuffle's had a bit of a moment there. But Pat Peter up into 8th place. Let's have a look at the battle at the front. Harry, I think one stop, since there won't be that many safety cars with this being an easy track and there's not a lot of drivers. Okay, fair enough. So one stop might work from here. But I think those tyres are going to be screaming towards the end of the race. We will just have to wait and see. It's all part of the excitement. So, race control has told us DRS is now enabled. So we're going to see a few of those rear wings pop open on these cars as we see on DNG Titan. And most of the guys will have it because they're all within a second of each other. Oh, is My Life trying to make a move? He popped out to the right, but thought better of it. Has he got the traction? Doesn't look like he has. DNG Titan got a good exit out of that corner and is put himself in range of an attack on Saucy Chris. Thinking better of it this time around. Oh, there we go. Pat Peter, it's gone around. We talked about that place earlier on being a bit of a hotspot for spins, and Pat Peter has just proven that point there. Taking a spin, falling down to 9th. Lethal Lens, is he looking to make it? Oh, he popped out to the left hand, to the right hand side. Thought about a move, but thinking better of it at the moment. He'll have DRS along with all of these guys who are following Panda in the Ferrari. And oh, Hake Zhao, is he going to make a dive up the inside? No, like he was. Brain Core sets the fastest lap of the race. So, oh, and Hake Zhao's gone around as well. He's so easy to lose traction there. And Hake Zhao's proven that. Again, down to 8th for the AlphaTauri driver who's looking to... really looked like he was on the back of Lethal Lens and wanting to make a move. So, another driver falling foul to spin around this racetrack. So easily done around here. Oh, Panda, what's happened to Panda? Where is he? Oh, he's taken the long way around. So I don't know what's happened to Panda, but he's fallen all the way down from the lead into 7th. Has he got any damage? He's on the inside. Looks like, is he coming into the pits? He is coming into the pits. So Panda from the lead spins out, takes a long way around, and now he is in the pits. So what is he going to do? Is that going to be a front wing change? No front wing change. He puts on medium compound tyres. He makes his way back out. In the meantime, Saucy Chris takes over the lead of this race. DNG Titan is 2nd, and this is now the new battle for 3rd. My Life and Lethal Lens battling it out. Panda, no, says Harry. I know. Shocking. A shocking development here, but there we go. Right, Lethal Lens. What can he do now? He's 2.5 tenths behind My Life. He is pretty close on the back of him, and My Life does have 3 seconds of penalties. In the long run, not so bad, but he'll want to get past him fairly soon if he wants to challenge the guys at the front for the win. But it looks like he's not quite got the straight line speed at the moment with those DRS. Everyone ahead of him picking up the DRS off of Saucy Chris, and not able to make his way through at the moment. It's going to have to make more gains through the parts of the racetrack where you don't have the DRS, and that's going to be more difficult on the hard tyres. But it looks like he's had a good exit out of that corner, and My Life's not had the best one, and he is as close as he has been for a few laps. So putting the pressure on now onto My Life, and it's going to be interesting. My Life, of course, won the sprint last time out in Hungary. And up in third place at the moment, showing he's got the pace. Does he have the consistency? Oh, I thought he was going to just cut across him there, and there's going to be a bit of contact, but there wasn't. Lethal Lins kept it clean, and now he is right on the back of him. Only 2/10 separate these guys down the straight, but crucially, My Life has his DRS wing open as well. And Lethal Lin's not able to make his way through at the moment. So the racing's kind of just petered out a little bit. Saucy Chris in the lead. He's managed to break the DRS toe to behind from Titan. He's over a second behind him now. He is the McLaren driver. And then behind him is these guys, My Life and Lethal Lin's, all within DRS range of each other. Oh, Lethal Lin's really close as well through the final corner. Is he going to try and make a move? My Life feeling the need to go defensive. Manages to fend him off for now. I wonder if Lethal Lin's wasn't particularly trying too hard. And how much battery do these guys have left? Because that might be the thing that gets them around the other, or to do defend that. Let's have a look at that in a minute, I think. Right, let's have a look. So Lethal Lins does not have a lot of battery. My Life actually has a little bit more to play with. Dingy Titan has 33. So does Saucy Chris, or Dingy Titan's got a little bit more. So Lethal Lins is not looking too good on battery life at the moment, but he's deploying it now. He's gone all the way down to the single digits. And he's half alongside now. Oh, takes more of that corner. And My Life just hanging around the outside going, absolutely not. Bless me. Sorry. Coming off the back of a cold. So there we are. There's the battery situation. And all of this battling now has let AsthmaFrog come onto the back of these guys. He's only half a second behind. He is within DRS range of this battle. Let's have a quick look back at some of the action that's happened so far in this race. Well, there's a little bit of a lull. This was earlier on with Pat Peter taking a spin. That's what caused him to come back. Oh, let's have a look at this battle now. Lethal Lins is again really close, trying to make a move up the inside. Will he be able to get alongside? He doesn't know. Sticking behind for the time being, but he is going to have to be wary of AsthmaFrog, who is going to have a run on him, and he has managed to get past him pretty easily there. So I don't know if there's a difference in setup between these guys. I don't know if... Oh, AsthmaFrog running out wide and not getting the best traction. There's going to be a slipstream and a drag race all the way down to turn 5. Let's see who makes it ahead. AsthmaFrog makes it ahead. So AsthmaFrog up into 4th now. Lethal Lins dropped a place down to 5th. Oh, what's happened there? Lethal Lins had a little spin there, and he has dropped all the way down to 8th now, so that is not good. So both Ferraris taking a spin around the same kind of place in the track, and that is not good. So I think someone Harry says he thinks he's got AsthmaFrog's got setup 5 on. It looks like he does, because he is where Lethal Lins was trying to make his way past HL. My Life. AsthmaFrog has managed to easily get up alongside, and as DRS open both of these guys, but looks like AsthmaFrog's got a quicker preset on. Oh, just a little bit of a bump draft there from My Life, just giving them a little nudge around, saying you come over a little bit too quick in front of me, just reminding him he's here. But AsthmaFrog back up into the podium places now. But Saucy Chris is 2 seconds up the road from DNG Titan. And will that pit stop prove to be the race-winning strategy from AsthmaFrog? Let's see. We'll have to see how it plays out. But there could also be another safety car. We've already seen one. There could be another. And talking about safety cars, this is what happened to pause the first one. This was oh, that was in the safety car. That was an incident that happened in the safety car. There we go. Pick the wrong clip. So we're on lap 19 of 36. This very fast flowing circuit around the hills of Austria. The Red Bull Ring, as we've seen in the background there, as we were making our way down towards the end of this lap. Lap 20 just started by Saucy Chris, who was 2.2 seconds ahead of the McLaren of DNG Titan. And then chasing him down is AsthmaFrog, who we're on board with at the moment in 3rd place. He started this race in pole position. Looks like he's making a move up the inside and sticks it up the inside. Runs him out just a little bit right over the curbs. Closes that off. And that is job done for AsthmaFrog. Up into 2nd. Now he's going to focus on hunting down the race leader at the moment. H-Chow having a look behind Stone Shuffle. Oh, Stone Shuffle just running out a little bit wide there. And now that's allowed H-Chow to go side by side through this corner. He's going to hang it around the outside. Oh, Stone Shuffle just opening up the steering just a little bit there to say, you're not coming around the outside of me here. H-Chow taking a lot of that corner to stay on the inside of these guys. And I was like, surely there was another car alongside them, but HR coming into the pits now. Thinking better of that gap there, and HR into the pits for a new set of tyres. So, right. Saucy Chris has managed to open up the gap. I thought AsthmaFrog was going to start closing this gap down, but he's not. It was up to 2.7. It's now 2.5 seconds. It was 2.2, 2.3. So Saucy Chris has just seen AsthmaFrog's name pop up alongside his in the timing screen and gone, right, better get a move on because this guy's fast. So Saucy Chris put the foot down, now 2.9 seconds, now 3 seconds ahead. So Red Bull driver putting that foot down. Let's get cracking, says Saucy Chris. And he is pulling away at the moment from AsthmaFrog and DNG Titan. And Asthma has not dropped DNG Titan as of yet. It made the pass look fairly simple, but DNG Titan is not budging. He is sticking on the back. He's sticking within that DRS and getting dragged along by AsthmaFrog, which is good for him. Oh, seems to be some guys in the pits. So Pat Peter is in the pits. Lethal Lins as well. Hake Zhao He's just coming around the final corner. Oh, look, there's some spots of rain. There's spots of rain. I've seen that on the track. Oh, added drama. More drama in Austria in Division 4 of F1XL as rain starts to fall on lap 22 of 36. And we did say there was a 51% chance of rain in this race earlier on. And we are starting to see drops of rain. Right, let's have a look at tyres then. And these guys have come into the pits. They've seen the raindrops fall and they've stuck on the intermediate tyres. Oh, this is drama at its finest. There's nothing like a bit of wet weather to spice up the mix. And My Life has come into the pits on 22 lap old medium tyres. Let's bring it in. Let's have a gamble and stick on the intermediates. Let's see what's happening. So, will AsthmaFrog's decision to come into the pits nice and early go against him here, because he's currently second on track to Saucy Chris. It's 3.6 seconds now behind the leader who we're on board with at the moment. And when are these guys going to come in for intermediate tyres? That is the question. And we're seeing loads of people now get 3-second penalties. My Life, Pat Peter, Lethal Lens, and Panda all have penalties now, and it's going to be interesting to see when the track gets wet enough for these front runners to come into the pits and stick on the intermediate tyres. Saucy Chris is not thinking of it at the moment. Neither is AsthmaFrog. What about D&G Titan? No, he carries round. What about Stone Shuffle? He's carrying on as well. He thinks it's still dry enough. What about Brain Core? Let's have a look. DRS has now been disabled, and Brain Core's seen that message and he's gone, right, okay, the game thinks it's wet enough. Let's stick the tyres on. And will this be a crucial move? Will he be able to gain some of those 13 seconds he is behind Stone Shuffle by coming in a lap earlier for his intermediate? Right, so it could be all change here very soon. We're on lap 24 of 36, and the rain has started to fall in Austria. Saucy Chris carrying on around, even though DRS has been disabled by the game, same as AsthmaFrog. D&G Titan jumps into the pit. But crucially, Stone Shuffle does not. And these three guys now in the lead, Saucy Chris, AsthmaFrog, Stone Shuffle, are going to be the only people left on dry, slick tyres as the rain starts to fall. Oh, these guys are brave. These guys are so brave. There's a big gap now between Stone Shuffle and My Life. 17 seconds is the gap. And we will see what happens. So D&G Titan's just come into the pits again, or did you just come out of the pits? You might have just come out of the pits. There we go. So D&G Titan has been jumped by My Life through that pit stop phase. Sorry. My Life, by coming in 2 laps earlier, has managed to jump ahead of D&G Titan by 5.5 seconds. That's a massive margin. So these guys must be losing time. The longer they stay out. So Saucy Chris comes into the pits. AsthmaFrog does not. This is shocking. And Stone Shuffle doesn't either. What is with these Aston Martins? I thought at least AsthmaFrog would be on preset 5 because he was breezing past people, and yet he is carrying on in the wet around Austria with 20 lap old hard tyres. This is brave. Saucy Chris manages to come out ahead of My Life by quite a margin, and he is on, I would say, the correct tyre for this weather. But the Aston Martins deciding to hang it out to see how long they can make these these slick tires last in these wet conditions, or do they think the rain is going to clear up soon? Is their pit saying that the rain is going to die off and they should just stay on these tires? This is interesting. Are they going to come into the pits this time? No, he carries on. What is going on here? Oh, does he have the glitch? Do they have the glitch where the track is dry for them but wet for everyone else? Because that is a common glitch that happens in Codemasters Formula 1 games. I wonder. We'll have to see at the end of the race. There could be some of this going on. Let's have a look. Saucy Chris is only 3.7 seconds behind him. He does seem to be catching them. The longer that they stay out on a wet track with dry tires, the more that they're going to lose when they do decide to come into the pits. And Saucy Chris is visibly just catching Stone Shuffle now. 2.5 seconds now, 2.4, 2.3. It's going down almost meter by meter around this track. Saucy Chris is hunting in, and Stone Shuffle's made some sort of mistake there. There it is. His front wing is off, and he is probably going to have to come into the pits now and stick on some intermediate tyres. What is AsthmaFrog going to do? Is he going to come into the pits? He does. So AsthmaFrog finally, after 21 laps on those slick tyres, and about 6 laps after the rain started, he finally comes into the pits to stick on some intermediate tyres. And that has left Saucy Chris with a humongous gap at the front. And My Life's jumped him as well. So My Life has jumped him up. He's up into second place ahead of AsthmaFrog. So My Life has played an absolute blinder by coming in a lot earlier than other people. And he has jumped all the way up into second place by jumping onto those intermediate tyres just a little bit earlier than everyone else. And Panda's going really slowly there. I'm not quite sure what's happened to him. He's on medium tyres for some reason. He's on dry tyres on a wet track. And we know how well that goes. And it looks like he's really, really suffering there. And Stone Shuffle there is now in 9th place after finally coming in. But he had some sort of incident, lost his front wing. And that's cost him a ton of time. He was running in second in this race. He is now down in 9th and trailing Pat Peter in 8th for 14 seconds. So we're on lap 29 of 36 in Austria. Got a yellow flag in sector 3. Panda comes into the pit struggling on those hard tyres. He's on the medium tyres, sorry. Dry tyres on a wet track. Never a good sign. But Saucy Chris is in the lead this race by 8 seconds over My Life. Who has jumped a load of people by coming into the pits just that little bit earlier onto those intermediate tyres, and he is firmly in second place now, even though he picks up just another set of time penalties. AsthmaFrog hung it out for as long as he could on those hard tyres, and he has paid the price for that. He is down in third. Trailing My Life by 4 seconds, and now he has the McLaren of DNG Titan on the back of him for company. And Lethal Lens is going to come and join in the party. And looks like the safety car is out. I'm not sure what's happened because we haven't lost someone. But Panda has lost his front wing again. Oh, and AsthmaFrog has been given a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. So maybe he didn't realize that the safety car was out, and he's gone way over his delta, and the game has given him a massive penalty for it. So that is from bad to worse for Asthma, staying out too long on the dry compound tyres and getting a drive-through penalty. Ban the game for speeding under the safety car. So a late safety car in this race for an incident from Panda. Has lost his front wing, and that's going to bunch everyone right up again. Saucy Chris will be cursing in his helmet, I imagine, because that is not what he wanted to see. He had an 8-second gap to My Life behind him and was cruising to a victory, and he's going to have to build that gap all over again as now he reaches the back of the safety car. So there's the penalty situation. Lap 31 of 36 under the safety car. Saucy Chris has no penalties. My Life has 6 seconds of penalties. So Saucy Chris has got this nice little 6-second buffer that you can have to My Life, which is going to be, it's a very enviable position to have if you're the race leader with no penalties, and you know the person behind has got a few. And then AsthmaFrog, drive-through penalty. Oh, looks like they need to just slow down just a little bit as they catch a pack, leaving it pretty close there. So AsthmaFrog's got that drive-through. D&G Titan doesn't have any penalties at all as of yet, so that puts him in prime position to pick up second on the podium if he can stay within 6 seconds of My Life. Lethal Lins is the next one down from D&G Titan in 5th. He has 6 seconds of penalties as well, but crucially the next 2 racers do not have any penalties as of yet. Hake Zhao and Braincore, they will be looking at that situation and rubbing their hands, licking their lips. Oh yes, I'll be getting some free places come the end of the race, and it's not going to be too long at all. We're only on lap 32 of 36, so only 5 laps to go now in this race. Pat Peder is in 8th. He's got 3 seconds of penalties, and then Stone Shuffle is in 9th. He doesn't have any. He managed to fall off the back of the grid. He will be quite happy for this safety car to bunch the pack up once he catches them back up again, because he's currently in the pits. And then Panda is stuck in the middle of this group, even though he is last. And the safety car's going to be in this lap, and Stone Shuffle is not caught up. So the game wants everyone to get a move on, and Stone Shuffle is going to have to put in a bit of work. And he's on soft compound tyres. What's going on here? Has he run out of intermediates? Or has he put the wrong tyre on? Oh dear, that's a bad situation to be in on a wet track. But we will turn our attentions to the front. This is going to be a bit of an action-packed end to this race, and Saucy Chris has gone really, really early, tried to catch them all napping, and looks like he's done that to a certain extent. There we go. So AsthmaFrog comes in to serve his drive-through, and Saucy Chris built up 0.6 of a second of gap to My Life, and then Titan, I think, because he had AsthmaFrog taking a drive-through in front of him, that's just caused him to just lose a bunch of time to My Life, and now he's under pressure from Lethal Lins. Hake Zhao and Braincore pretty close as well, trying to make a move on each other into turn 3. Braincore will want to try and get a good run out of the corner, but it looks like Hake Zhao managed to get the power down pretty well and has stayed ahead. He stays up in 5th at the moment. Right. So we've got 3 laps to go in this race. Saucy Chris looks like he's managing to pull away from My Life a little bit. My Life's bringing it back in as well. But yes, 6 seconds of penalties. So it's going to be now how Brain Core, Hate Zhao going side by side through that corner. That's a lovely move from Brain Core. Very opportunistic. You don't see too many moves around there. It's pretty hard to pass. But Brain Core gets that move done. That's a nice move indeed. Up into 5th for the Haas driver. I'm not sure what's happened here, but AsthmaFrog's been given... Has he been given another drive-through penalty? Or did he not serve it? Did the game not serve it properly? He's got soft compound tyres on for some reason as well. Wonder if he had some damage or something and the game decided, you need to come in, you need a pit stop rather than your penalty. So he looks like he's serving his penalty now. It has disappeared. So that has gone from bad to worse for AsthmaFrog, the championship leader. The Codemasters stitching him up royally. If that has happened, what I've described there happened, because that's happened to me before, and it's absolutely infuriating. And I imagine he will be cursing in his helmet in that cockpit of the car, because that is not a nice situation to happen at all. But My Life is looking really quick at this stage of the race. He is not getting dropped by Saucy Chris, even though he has 6 seconds of penalty. So I don't know if he's going to try and make a move on Saucy Chris and try and get enough ahead of him as he can, or if he will be able to get past. Let's have a look at these guys behind the battle for the final podium place between D&G Titan and Lethal Lins. Lethal Lins was the winner last time out in Hungary, and he will have his eyes on a potential podium finish. Those 6 seconds of penalties are looming over him, as it were. Pat Peter looking to make a move around the outside of Hate Zhao. Hate Zhao defending the inside well, and Pat Peter just had to step out of the throttle just a little bit, and that's allowed Hate Zhao to stay ahead of Pat Peter for now. But we are just about to start the last lap of this race, and Saucy Chris is leading away. And I think this will be not the first time he's crossed the line first, but it might be the first time that he keeps the win, potentially. Saucy Chris has wanted this all season, and I'm sure he will have the best of My Life. And do it on track. Let's have a look. Battle for third. D&G Titan and Lethal Lins fairly close, but he's not close enough as of yet. But Lethal Lins has those 6 seconds of penalties. Currently, Brain Core would jump him, and I think Brain Core would jump him up into third as well. So there's a potential podium for Brain Core here on time penalties. And he will be licking his lips at the chance of that. Let's have a look at Saucy Chris as he comes through the final corners now. My Life going very wide there. But Saucy Chris comes to the wall, takes the checkered flag and wins the Austrian Grand Prix. D&G Titan finishes third, and Brain Core does get up onto the podium. Under those penalties, My Life just missing out by 0.3 of a second. So Brain Core will be on the podium this time. My Life just missing out in 4th. Lethal Lins in 5th. Hate Zhao finishes 6th. Pat Peter finishes 7th. It looks like AsthmaFrog just managed to get past his teammate Stone Shuffle and will come home in 8th place. Stone Shuffle will cross the line in 9th, and Panda finishing in 10th. So there we go. Let's go, says Saucy Chris in the chat. Well done, mate. Well-deserved win. First place for the Red Bull driver. That's his first win of the season. Not some second place, he says. And the Red Bull Garage, very pleased indeed. So there are your final standings for the race. Saucy Chris taking the win around the Red Bull Ring. Finishing in second is DNG Titan in the McLaren, and rounding out the podium places is Braincore in the Haas in third. My Life finished an impressive fourth. Lethal Lanes finished in fifth. Hake Jow finishing in sixth, ahead of Pat Peder in seventh. The championship leader, though, finished in eighth, AsthmaFrog, and just behind him, his teammate, Stone Shuffle. Rounding out the top 10 and the finishers is Panda, and Judgy was a DNF in 11th. So that was our race in Austria. A really interesting race there, and I think one that AsthmaFrog may rue the day that happens, picking up that first of all, staying out on a wet track with dry tires for as long as he did, and then also picking up a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car when that safety car came out. So I think AsthmaFrog maybe a little bit aggrieved and a bit annoyed at that race, but that is racing, it happens. But definitely a fantastic drive by Saucy Chris to take the win, and I think Saucy Chris is a solid candidate for driver of the day. Yeah, let's do that. Saucy Chris, my driver of the day. A fantastic win, and did really, really well to hold off My Life at the end. I would say My Life, a really good drive as well from him. Came in to the pits and changed on the tires at the right time, gained loads of time, loads of places. So My Life did a fantastic job there on strategy. So that's my race reaction. Thank you so much for watching and joining us live. I'm going to end the stream there. But we will not be around next week because of the real Formula One race in Miami. So we're going to be taking another week's break, and then we will be back for Silverstone round 16 in Great Britain. That is going to be a good race. Silverstone always produces some decent racing on this game, and that is good there. So we'll see you in 2 weeks time for Silverstone, 9 p.m. GMT on this channel, and hopefully we should be back with Gunhead. I think he should be around to join us on commentary. So thank you so much for watching live. If you're watching this back after we've been live, thank you so much for watching as well. Do drop a like if you enjoyed the race, and feel free to share it with other people. The new game is starting to drop betas and things like that as well. So we will be recruiting for our league starting on the new game next season. So do share the stream with anyone you think will be interested in racing in F1XL, to give them a little bit of a taste of what it's like. And if they are, invite them along to the Discord, get them to sign up in preparation for the new game. Right, I will see you. Have a great bank holiday Monday tomorrow, and I will see you in 2 weeks' time. Goodbye.